everyone, welcome back. Let's get straight into it. Let's do some Pilates. All right, let's pop the feet right down on the mat, nice and connected. Lift the spine up nice and tall. We're going to pull the belly button in. Let's start by rolling those shoulders. Lift them up towards your ears, bring them forwards, reach them down your back, squeeze them behind you to lift them up. Just get that nice bit of movement into the shoulder area. Just squeeze through any tension you might be carrying there. And just always lifting nice and tall in the spine as you move. Just change direction, lift the shoulders up by your ears, squeeze them together behind you, reach them down your back and around. Just make those circles nice and wide. Stay growing nice and tall in the spine. And just gently drawing that belly button in towards your spine. Just to bring that little bit of attention to the abdominal area. Let's go one more. Lift those shoulders up by your ears, squeeze them together, reach them down your back and leave them there. So feel that width in your collarbone and feel those shoulder blades gently pulling down your back away from your ears. We're going to take a nice wide breath here in through the nose. Nice wide breath, fill the lungs. You're going to exhale through the pursed lips like you're blowing out through a straw. And just gently flex forward over the knees. Breathe in, keep those shoulders melting down your back on your in-breath. Exhale through the pursed lips. And just feel how that resistance helps to engage those abdominal muscles. Breathing in nice and wide. Exhale and roll the air out. Just empty those lungs out completely. 2 more breaths. Just bringing your attention and focus onto your body and onto your breath. Exhaling any worries, stresses, strains you might be carrying with you from the day. Inhale through the nose. Fill those lungs all the way down to the lower lobes here. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Let your abdominals do the work to stack your spine. Bring yourself all the way back up nice and tall. Let's breathe in. Exhale through the pursed lips. Flex forward over the knees. Couple more breaths here. Nice wide breath. And think about expanding the back and the sides of the rib cage. So create space in between the ribs on your inhale. And on your exhale, then just gently softening those ribs close together again. Breathe in nice and wide. Exhale, draw the belly button in and lift yourself up nice and tall. And then we're going to curl our way down onto the mat. So really working through the spine here, zipping the pubic bone up towards the belly button, rounding your way down towards the ground, all the way down towards the mat, hopefully. All right. So we're going to let the legs come nice and long. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left ankle, pop the fingertips behind the ears. Keep the elbows where you can see them. So they're not flat on the mat, but they're not crowding up in through your face either. So you can see them just at the corner of your eye. Take a second here to take a big breath, and on your exhale, just connect the hips and ribs. Just feel the abdominals at work here. We're going to breathe in as we bring our chin towards our chest, and on our exhale, we're going to curl the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, bring it back down. Up we come for 3. And release. You're going to think about keeping that spine the same shape on the way up. The low spine the same shape on the way up and the way down. So you shouldn't feel your low back lifting and lowering off the mat. Inhale, come back down. Push down on that left leg to create a kind of an anchor for yourself. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come back down. We'll do 2 more like this. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders. So it's not just your head and your neck. You're not back here. You're curled up. Bring it back down. Last one. Curl up. And come back down. This time on your exhale, we're going to curl up. We're going to bring that right knee up to meet us. Inhale, bring it away again. Exhale, curl up. Bring the knee up. And release. And lift. Lower it back down. 4 more, lift it up and release it away. And 3, release. 2 more and lower. Last one and lower. This time you can stick with either of those 2, or you can come with me for the last set. We're going to let that leg come long up towards the ceiling as we curl that upper body up and release away. Exhale up for 2 and release. Keep a little bend in the knee if you need to. All right, you might feel it in the low back, so just bend into that knee if you need to. Lift, lower back down, and up we come. and lower. You should feel the abdominals starting to work, hopefully, at this stage. 3 more. Lift. Lower it down. And 2. And lower. Last 1. And lower it down. Separate the feet out. Bring the arms up overhead. Keep the hips and ribs connected. Bring your chin towards your chest. Bring your arms up. And we're going to curl our way up. And pull the belly button in, round forwards. Just take a little stretch. Pull on the back of the feet if you need to. And then inhale to start to come back down. Watch your shoulders haven't lifted. We're going to curl our way back down towards the mat. Pop the fingertips behind the ears. Pop the left ankle over the right ankle. And we'll do it all again. Let's go. Inhale, chin to chest. So do bring that chin towards your chest first. I don't want you looking up the ceiling here. I want to have that little natural arch out of the back of your neck. I want to take it away. So really curl up and keep that neck nice and safe. So off we go on an exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Up we come for 2. And lower. Remember, your elbows are where you can see them, just out of the corner of your eye, so they're not flat on the mat, but they're not crowding up on your face. Your fingertips are behind your ears, but they're not pulling your head forward. It's your abdominals lifting you up and lowering you down. If you need to, you can clasp your hands and pop them behind your head and just create a little bit of a kind of hammock behind the head if you need to, if you find this is just too much on your neck. All right, let's do 3 more. Lower down. And 2. And lower. Last 1. Bring it down. This time the knee is coming up, remember? Let's come up, bring the knee up, and reach it away. Exhale as you come up. Inhale to come back down. And lift. On an exhale, inhale to bring it back down. And reach. Lift it up. Lower it back down. 3 more. We've got 2 more. And last 1. Bring it up. And lower. This time with the full leg coming up towards us. Lift. And 2. Now remember, you're not losing that connection between the hips and the ribs. As the leg comes down and the head comes down, we're still staying connected. So keep the abdominals working even when they seem like you want to take a break. And I definitely want to take a break now. Lift. 3 more. Lift. And 2. Last 1. Lower everything back down. Bring the arms up overhead. Send the shoulders down. Separate the legs out. Bring your chin to your chest as you raise the arms. And then exhale to peel all the way up. You're going to hit the sit bones around forward. As I said, if you want to hold on to the feet and just give the back of the legs a little stretch. And then we're going to inhale as we come back down. Curl, curl, curl. Once that low back hits the mat, you're exhaling to bring yourself all the way back to your start position. Great. So we're going to draw the hips and ribs together. So take a big breath, and on your exhale, pull that belly button down towards the ground. Zip the pubic bone up towards the belly button. Okay, so you're tilting that pelvis towards you. Squeeze the hips and ribs together. So your low back is nice and flat on the mat. You're going to bring one foot up into tabletop. Now on your exhale, we're going to draw the belly down. Keep it nice and flat. Keep that low back down and lift the second leg up into tabletop as well. We're going to reach the arms long. The pulse is going to be coming from the shoulder. So remember, you're not lifting and lowering your whole head. It's just your arms. You're welcome to keep your head on the mat if you want to. Let's inhale, chin to chest. Exhale, curl on up. And if you want to, you can reach the legs long or you can keep them bent in. So we're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 20. You should be looking right through your thighs, or if your legs are long, you can kind of look at your knees. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 10. So I presume we're about halfway through. If we are, we're going to lower the legs down a little bit more. Make sure that low back stays on the mat. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the pursed lips. Curl up a little higher. Make sure it's not just your head off the mat. Make sure your head, neck, and shoulders are all off. Let's go for final 10. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 100. Inhale, hold here, reach away, curl a little bit more. Bring your knees in, bring your head down, bring one foot down, second leg down, and tilt your way back into neutral. and breathe. All right, so we're going to curl our way up. We're going to bring your elbows onto the mat. Place your hands on the mat. Now watch that your shoulders haven't rounded forward. So bring the shoulders back, lift through the chest. So I want to have a kind of a seated imprint position here. So if you can imagine your low back might be arching here, I want you to tilt that pelvis towards you and take that natural curve out of that low back. Okay, so you're kind of in an imprint position. Lift the upper body and bring your chin towards your chest so you're not pulling out of your neck. We're going to inhale to float one foot up. Exhale, keep that imprint, so keep the abdominals working. Bring the second leg up. So you should really feel your abdominals working straight away here. Make sure you don't jut out through the ribs and arch into that low back. All right, so we're going to go for a single leg stretch. We do it normally with our head down, or sorry, with our back on the mat. So this time it's just a little bit of a difference. So we're going to reach that left leg long and then switch out as we reach the right leg long. Exhale, switch and reach. So little puffs of air almost. Breathing out through the pursed lips. Make sure your low back is staying nice and kind of straight. Abdominals are working, hips and ribs squeezing together. No arch in that low back. Lift through the chest. Chin is down so that your head is not back. You don't want to be pulling out of the neck for this. Let's go for 3 more. And 2 more. Last one. Bring it in. Let's see if we can do double legs. You're welcome to keep with the single legs if you want. Let's try do doubles. Reach away. So abdominals are really working here. Bring it back in. Exhale, reach. Make sure you don't lose it and start to arch into the back. Bring it back in. Reach it long. Pull it back in and reach. Inhale in. What have your shoulders done? Have they rounded forward? So keep lifting. Keep almost squeezing those shoulder blades together behind you. Bring it back in. Reach it away. We've got 2 to do. Reach long. Bring it in. Last one, reach. And pull it back in. From here, let's see if we can do some toe taps. So tap that left foot down. Bring it back. Right foot down. Bring it back. Exhale down. Inhale up. And reach. Bring it back. Tap it down. Lift it up. 2 more each leg. Make sure the hips and ribs are staying the same distance between each other on each side. So you're not kind of moving your whole torso. It's just that movement from the hip. Last set. Keep that upper body lifted. Lift through the chest, remember? Let's see if we can do double legs. Stick with the single legs if that's where you want to be. Let's see if we can lower down. You don't have to come all the way down to the mat. You can come halfway down and lift up. So as long as you can maintain the imprint, the seated imprint position, lift it back up. Exhale down. A lot of work on the abdominals. Lower it down. Lift back up. 3 more. And lift. And 2. Lift up. Last one. Keep those shoulders reaching down your back. Lift up. Curl your way back down towards the mat. Bring your knees in towards you. Rock from side to side. Give yourself a little cuddle. Pop 1 foot down. Second leg down. All right, let's just do a little bit of movement into the back body. Arms are down by your sides. Feet are nice and flat on the mat and they're firmly connected. Every point in your foot is nicely pushing down in, so you're not reaching too much into the front, the back, or either side of your feet. Let's take a nice wide breath. Then on your exhale, you're going to push down into the feet. Gently lift the pelvic floor. Pull the belly button in. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the hips. So you're bringing yourself into this nice long line between your knees, hips, ribs, and shoulders. And from here, we're going to curl down. So we want to get a little bit of movement into the spine. So on our exhale, we're going to let the back of the rib cage come down first. And then the middle of the spine come down. Keep tilting that pelvis towards you. Let the low back come into the mat. Then the sacrum. And then you're tilting your pelvis so that you're back in your neutral position where your tailbone is down. Your pubic bone and your hip bones are nice and even. Okay, so let's go again. So we're just going to lift straight up on an exhale. Let's inhale to hold it here. And we're breathing into the rib cage. So don't let the tummy pop up. And on your exhale, curl down. So it's a long breath out, but it's a nice controlled movement and it really brings this nice bit of mobility into the spine. Lift back up and curl back down on an exhale. We'll go one more like this. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, hold it here. Relax the shoulders and then curl your way back down. So really reaching through, getting space in between the bones in your back. This time we're going to exhale to lift. We're going to inhale to hold it here. And on your exhale, we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, lower back down onto the full sole of the foot. Exhale, lift up again. So try and imagine that you're keeping your hips, keeping something steady on your hips. So don't let whatever is resting on your hips move. So you don't want to drop anything off the hips. Like you have a little shelf here. You don't want anything to fall off that shelf. So you're just lifting and lowering. So you're just getting that movement into the ankles, into the back, into the calf muscles. Lifting on up, lowering back down. Let's go one more. Lift up. And inhale, lower back down. This time we're going to exhale to lift the heels. Let's stay here. And we're going to lower the hips down on an inhale. Exhale, lift the hips back up. So you're lowering down, but you're not coming all the way down to the mat. You're coming about halfway down and then lifting back up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Lower it down. Stay nice and steady, nice and controlled. Stay out of the shoulders, so keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Exhale, lift. So you're really beginning to start to feel this in the back of the legs. Lower it back down. Keep those heels nice and high. We've got 3 to do. Lift back up. Lower with control. Lift with control. Make sure when you come up, you're not pushing out through the ribs. So keep the hips and ribs connected. We'll do one more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, roll back down through the spine. Every bone coming down separately. Uncurl back into neutral and then roll through the feet to bring your heels back down. Well done. Bring your legs nice and long. Bring your arms up overhead. Send those shoulders back and down. Bring your arms up and then inhale. Bring your chin towards your chest and we're going to peel our way up off the mat. Hit those hip bones, round forwards. And then we're going to roll all the way back down. Nice and controlled. And release. Okay, let's pop up onto the 4-point kneeling. So we're going to have our knees under our hips, hands under the shoulders. Hands are nice and wide, okay? Fingertips are spread. Send those shoulders down your back. Lift the breastbone up and pull the belly button in. So you want to stay nice and strong in your tummy. You shouldn't be tucked under in that low spine, okay? So don't tuck your tail under, but equally don't drop too much into that low back, okay? So you want to be somewhere in the middle, nice and neutral again with that low spine and with the pelvis. So hands are under your shoulders, wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. We're going to let that right leg come along. We're going to tip it off the ground. Take a nice wide breath. Neck is nice and long too, so you're not dropping in the head. We're going to exhale, squeeze your butt and lift that leg up. Inhale, lower it back down. Exhale, lift. Lower it back down. Exhale, lift. So you're trying to stay nice and steady with the upper body. Trying to stay nice and steady with the pelvis. And just squeezing into the glutes to lift that leg. Lower it down. So the leg doesn't need to be coming up to touch the ceiling. You don't want to come so far up that you have to dip into the low back to get that extension. So you want to just come to where you can go without dipping into the low back, okay? So you don't want to extend there. Keep the shoulders reaching down your back as we lift and lower. We've got 2 more. Lift up, lower down. Last one, lower down. This time we're going to lift it up. We're going to hold it here. We're going to swing it over to the left. Tip it down off the mat or the floor. Lift it back up, come over to the right. Tip it off the floor. So almost like you're drawing a rainbow behind you. Lift up, reach over. Lift up. And again, you're only coming up as high as you can come without this happening, okay? So you don't want to dip into that low back. So keep nice and steady in that upper body and just let the movement come from the hip joints. Reach around. Let's keep the shoulders reaching down your back. Keep the neck nice and long. Make sure your head hasn't dropped. So the left thigh should be staying nice and straight. Reach around. We'll do 2 more. Reach over, tap, and tap. Last tap. Lift up. Hold it here. Pull the toes towards you, lift that leg up so that the sole of your foot is reaching towards the sky. And we're going to lift little pulses from here, well, little reaches. So we're going to try and touch the ceiling, lower it down. Lift it up and lower. Up for 3 and 4 and 5. Really try and touch the ceiling here. Lift, lift. 3 more. Exhale as you lift. Keep the abdominals working. Last one. Now let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And while we're here, we're going to hold that knee up nice and high. We're going to squeeze that heel in and reach the leg long. Squeeze it in, pull the toes down, and then point the toes as you reach away. Pull it in. Reach it long. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale as you reach away. Keep the head up. Yeah, keep the shoulders down. Keep the tummy tight. We've got 3 more. Squeeze it in. Reach it away. And 2. And reach. Last 1. Reach long. Bring it down. Sit back. Stretch it out. Reach those arms forward. Drop the head down. Take a big breath. And then let's come back up for more. We're nearly there. I promise. Okay, so left leg comes long. Tap it. Tap the toe off the mat. Send the shoulders down and lift the breastbone up. Keep the neck nice and long. Tummy stays very tight here. So let's lift the leg up. Lower it down. Lift and lower. Exhale up. Inhale down. Remember not to come too far up that you've gone into that low back, so just squeeze your butt. Try and keep your leg nice and long. Try and touch the wall at the other side of the room rather than touching the ceiling. So really trying to get space in the front of the hip and trying to get the back of the hip working. And lift with 3 more. And 2. And last 1. This time we're going to lift up. Bring it across your body, tip it off the ground or the mat, lift it up, bring it over to the other side. Try not to let your hips come with you, so you're not rocking and rolling all over the place. You're just letting this one hip joint get this nice bit of movement into it, getting space and energy and oxygen and blood flow into that joint. Remember, your upper body is still staying stationary, but it's working hard. Lift up. If you find it too much on your wrists, just bring yourself down onto your elbows. You can still do the work from here. All right. If you're finding it too much on your wrists, it can often be because of your shoulders not being quite strong enough yet. But keep doing these exercises and you'll get there. Let's do 2 more. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, tip it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tip. Last set. And lift. And bring it back. Okay. Let's pull the toes towards you. Lift the leg. Lift the knee nice and high here. Set the shoulders. Lift that sole of the foot up to the ceiling and lower. Lift on an exhale. Lower it down. Up and down. Lift. So really trying to hit that heel off the ceiling. Lift. 3 more. Squeeze the glutes to lift. 2 more. Last 1. Go for pulses. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Little puffs of air. 3 and 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. We're going to squeeze it in and reach it long. Squeeze it in. Keep that upper body working. Keep those shoulders reaching down the back. I know you're getting tired and you're doing so well. We're nearly there. Let's pull it in and reach away. Keep the tummy tight. Keep those shoulders melting down your back. Keep the neck long. Don't drop the head. You have 2 more to do. Pull it in and Pull it in, bring that knee down, sit back, reach forward, congratulate yourselves, we're nearly there, we're just going to stretch it out. Alright, let's bring ourselves onto the tummy, let's bring the hands wider than the mat, bring the legs wider than the mat, or the knees out to the edges of the mat, say. Drop the heels in, toes are out, heels are in, elbows are down, shoulders are down. Take a nice wide breath and pull the belly button in. On your exhale, we're going to gently lift up just as far as you can go. If it's halfway up, that's absolutely perfect. If you want to extend fully, let's do it. Come on up, but keep the tummy working, keep the tummy tight. Watch the shoulders aren't up towards your ears. They should be melting down your back, so you should feel this nice bit of a stretch in the front of the chest. Inhale at the top, breathe into the lungs, don't lose the connection of the abdominals. And then bend the elbows to bring yourself back down. Inhale as you're looking on the mat. Exhale, send the shoulders right down. Keep the elbows down, so don't let the elbows come out to the sides. And just lift. Inhale to hold. Exhale, melt back down. Let's go for one more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale here. And exhale, melt back down. Bring the legs together, bring the hands by the chest and the shoulders down. Tuck your toes. You can come up onto your knees. On an exhale, lift all the way up. Then let's lift the hips. Drop the breastbone down towards the mat. Bend the knees and send the tailbone up towards the sky. Take a nice big stretch. And let's walk our hands back towards our feet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips down, lift the head up. Exhale, lift the hips, bring your nose towards your knees. Inhale as you lower the hips, lift the head. Exhale, lift the hips, nose towards your knees. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Hook in behind the ankles, take a nice wide breath here into the back of the body. Exhale, then we're going to uncurl. Bring yourselves all the way up, nice and slow, nice and steady, always working through that spine. Articulate all the way up, send those shoulders back and down. We're going to bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. Separate the legs out nice and wide and exhale, just reach over to the side. Make sure you're not coming forward as you reach, so stay in between two sheets of glass and just reach and really feel this nice stretch in the side of the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, opposite side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And down. We're going to reach right arm up. Hook it in behind that left ankle. Lift the left fingertips up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, swap hands. Left hand behind that right ankle. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up. And bring your hands down. Both hands behind both ankles. Exhale, draw your nose towards your knees. And then we're going to uncurl. We're going to bring the feet together. And we're going to exhale to uncurl all the way back up. Great work. Shoulders come back and down. You did it. Well done. I hope to see you here again next time.